Hello and welcome to WindyCityWebcast.tv. I'm Merissa Marks with the latest in health news. Earaches, ear infections, and middle ear fluid buildup that can make kids miserable is something parents are very familiar with. For many of these kids, ear tubes may be the best treatment. But until now, there has been no clinical guidelines to advise doctors and parents on which children should or should not receive them. According to the guideline, children who have very frequent ear infections and who also hold onto fluid, meaning their infections don't clear up quickly, are candidates for ear tubes. However, the guideline says tubes should not be given to children who have frequent ear infections but who do not have fluid buildup, which is a major deviation from what typically happens in clinical practice. A silent epidemic that continues to puzzle physicians and scientists is striking more people each year, with more than 20,000 reported cases annually throughout the Southwest, especially in California and Arizona. It's being called valley fever. Valley fever is a dangerous airborne fungal disease in which microscopic spores in the soil take flight on the wind or even a mild breeze to lodge in the wet habitat of the lungs and, in the most extreme instances, spread to the bones, the skin, the eyes, or the brain. Skin cancer is becoming increasingly common, especially among young women. A recent study by the Mayo Clinic found that melanoma has increased 8-fold for women under 40 since 1970. Experts say that tanning beds are a major factor behind the increase in all three types of skin cancer for young women. More than 20 million people use a tanning bed each year. The lamps in tanning beds can give off 10 to 15 times the UV radiation of normal sun exposure, accelerating the process of skin damage. This year, the FDA proposed new regulations for tanning beds that require them to have labels warning that they are not recommended for people under 18. Energy drinks are making their way into the health food aisle. Energy drink sales have been soaring, and more drinks are promoting organic ingredients, added juices, natural caffeine, and so-called clean energy. If a Rockstar or a Red Bull isn't what you're looking for, there are natural energy drinks. Guru and Steez Energy, which according to the can is good for the mind, body, and soul. Or there's Runa's energy drink, made from organic leaves. Although these drinks seem to be a better option, the claims of cleaner caffeine boosts come as energy drinks find themselves under increasing scrutiny, particularly for their effects on children and adolescents. California prisoners have unprotected sexual contact, forced or consensual, even if both are illegal. And this often leads to the spread of HIV and other diseases in prisons and in communities where felons are paroled. This has made a difficult position for state lawmakers who say it's time to give inmates a way to practice safe sex behind bars to reduce an infection rate that experts say is much higher than that of the general population. The proposal from Oakland Democratic Assemblyman Rob Bonta comes despite a law prohibiting any sex between inmates, which creates a conflict that concerns both supporters and opponents of the legislation. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and friend us on Facebook. I'm Merissa Marks for WindyCityWebcast.tv.